In recent years, the battle has begun over the environment. We hear about it nearly every day. Our environment and what future generations will have to contend with is constantly in the news. It's all about the impending doom of hazardous waste and the major cost to clean it up. We're here to show you a device that is not only part of a solution to the problem, but will pay its own way. Persist Enterprises has been manufacturing the Sidewinder solvent recovery system since 1988. It's designed to recycle a large variety of solvents, thinners, and reducers to satisfy EPA regulations, allow for implementation of waste minimization programs, protect the environment, and save you money. You save money by reducing the volume of solvent you need to purchase, while saving money on the cost of expensive waste removal. The Sidewinder reduces the volume of hazardous materials on site, all but eliminating the need for transporting liquid hazardous waste on your streets and highways, making for a safer work environment and lessening potential liabilities. Virtually anyone that paints or applies finish or coatings has a need for a Sidewinder. It is built for the 5 to 70 gallon per week user of thinners and reducers in any industry. Users include body shops, commercial painters, fiberglass and composite fabricators, and many others. In a league of its own, Sidewinder Model M2 has been investigated and listed by Underwriters Laboratories in compliance with National Standard UL 2208, Standard for Solvent Distillation Units, and the 1997 United States Uniform Fire Code. Sidewinder continues to be the premium choice and remains the sole recipient of UL certification for passing the toughest vapor concentration tests in the USA. No need to prepare a special room. Recycling with the Sidewinder couldn't be easier. There are no water hookups and easy cleanup. Simply line a standard 5-gallon metal bucket with our convenient processing bag, fill it with dirty solvent to about 3 inches from the top, place it in the chamber, tighten the lid, and push the button. That's it. You are done. The optional insulation bonnet fits over the Sidewinder to minimize heat loss and save energy, and is required in a few solvent applications. The Sidewinder turns off automatically, so there is no need to have an operator monitor the machine. Typically, to do a batch, it will take a heat-up time of an hour or two, and then about a gallon an hour. But it depends on many variables: what solvent, how dirty, humidity levels and barometric pressure, latent heat characteristics of the solvent, etc. Typically, you can start a batch first thing in the morning and start a second before you leave for the day, thereby getting in 10 gallons a day. The dirty solvents are heated, vaporized, and recondensed, making the solvent reusable. You now have crystal clear solvent to be used again and again for just pennies a gallon. Here's how it works. The vapors expand in the chamber, displacing the air. Since the vapors are heavier than air, they fill the chamber. Then they fall into a refrigerated heat exchanger. The vapors reliquefy and flow out into the clean solvent receiving bucket. The waste stays behind in the cooking bucket within the chamber. While the Sidewinder is built for pressure containment, it is not a pressurized device and operates at atmospheric pressure. The Sidewinder was designed so it would not be the source of ignition of solvents or vapors under normal operating conditions. An electronic control board, with built-in automatic fail-safe mode if needed, continually monitors the recycling process. The Sidewinder's unique lid design prevents vapors from escaping and eliminates the need for costly gaskets. The vapor tubes and clean fill tubes are made of TFE Teflon. The system has a duplicate or double plumbing as a safety backup. The use of a refrigeration condensing unit is unique to the Sidewinder Model M2. This allows us to control the cooling environment. The fully condensed liquid comes out at below room temperature. This and the double plumbing were big factors in being the sole recipient of UL certification for passing the toughest vapor concentration tests in the USA. The lightweight aluminum stand is designed to mount to the floor, and the Sidewinder is covered by a full 1-year warranty. Maintenance is simple. Regularly blow out the clean fill tubes. And keep the condenser fins clear of debris by either vacuuming or blowing them off with an air hose, and periodically wipe off the condenser fan blade. The Sidewinder is safe, easy, and economical to use, but there are a few safety precautions that should always be followed. Remember, whenever flammable solvents are involved, strict adherence to cautious handling is required. Prior to using the machine, all operators must read, understand, and follow the owner's manual instructions. Never process unidentified compounds. Avoid processing wastes containing acids to minimize maintenance costs. Corrosion damage is not covered by warranty. Never process waste that contains nitrocellulose or cellulose nitrate, which is found in many lacquers and inks. Before processing any waste, check the MSDS, Material Safety Data Sheets, for the waste contaminants as well as the solvents to be recycled for compatibility. Recycling and waste minimization is one of the few areas where national environmental goals, industry's economic interest, and public health and safety issues clearly coincide. For the small waste generator, use of the Sidewinder will result in reduced costs, liabilities, and regulatory burdens associated with hazardous waste management. People buy a Sidewinder for 4 reasons: to save on purchases, to save on disposal costs, to save costly fines in appeasing the environmental officials, and to save our planet. With thousands of happy Sidewinder customers, the Sidewinder has proven itself to be a profitable asset to any waste solvent generator. That's why at Persist Enterprises we say, recycling. It's about savings.